All right, so here's what we've got for our some scheduling templates, and we don't have these quite built out all the way, but the design engagement schedule has been working really well for us. So let's take a look at this design engagement schedule. When a design is sold, we try to find the balance of having what we need, but also not complicating the schedule, because these Gantt charts, also known as spaghetti charts, can get involved. So what we're looking at is we've got our 3 stages: our draft, revise, propose. And then each of these stages has a set of check tasks in a checklist, so that each of these checklist items don't need to be their own, their own event, their own item within, like they don't need their own bar in the schedule. And so basically when a design is sold, then we know we got to do the draft. We'll move this to whenever the date is for our Zoom call to do our revise section. And basically, design sold, send a thank you card, add it to the sales sheet, send the draft review, set up client, before pictures, base map, start creating some of the budgets for partner ballparks. And then we got the revise stage, checklist here, and then the propose if they didn't sign during the revise stage, and we need to go back and put a final proposal together. Then we've got like the final design, final proposal. And we find that this cycle works really well for the scheduling. We do also have a production schedule, and this is still very much in progress, but it's similar. Once a job is sold, we can add this template, and we've got a sold checklist. Send a thank you card, add a sales sheet, win in Jobtread, which is just making sure that it was signed and completed. We create folder labels because we hand folders for the blueprints to our guys. There's something about being outside and having the paper, the tactile paper to be able to write on and hold and throw on the ground. Blueprint distributions, the permitting checklist. We do a pre-construction walkthrough, and then we've got like anticipated ground break and then the anticipated start window. And so what we do is, depending on the subcontractor, sometimes there's guys that are they're really good at the job, but things get happen, rain delays occur. And so this is our way to manage the delays between the subcontractors and our vendors and the clients. And so we actually send them a window, and it's phrased as an anticipated start window. And this way, the customer has something on schedule that might say something like the last half of May, or we'll be starting sometime in the month of August, and say it's a few months out. Say you're selling a job, but it's 8 months before you're breaking ground. You can say it's going to be in the fall. This window can be as large or as small as you like. And what it does is it says we're going to be starting somewhere in this time range. And then our partners, our subcontractors, can then be given this kind of time range. And what we've created is a buffer, because we know that what will happen is there's going to be delays. And our guys are going to come to us and say, hey, we can't get to it this week. It's going to be next week. And so this is a way to then say, great, we're fine. There's no fire being started here because we didn't overpromise to the customer. So the sub can start late and the customer still feels like we started early. And what we've really done is we've bridged the gap and by building in some cushion and some margin to manage expectations a little bit easier and better. And so that's kind of what we do. And as far as like the installations, this is kind of like a per job thing. So if we've got utilities, we just kind of add those into the schedule. But this is kind of our loose little structure on when a job is sold. So those are our schedule templates.